Good evening, everyone. So, another manga review here. Light novel review, actually, not manga. For those of you who don't know, since I said light novel, not manga, light novel has it's more story and less images. Manga is more images and less writing. So this is the light novel. And we are going to be doing it on ReZero, starting life in another world. As you can see, the illustration, the art is really good. One of the big things that will always catch your attention is the artwork. Kind of the first thing you see. Storyline usually comes after. General synopsis. Having a saving point's not as convenient as you'd think. Now, it's not your typical transport to another world type of story. It's not your Sword Art Online. I know a lot of people hate on that. He basically gets transported to this world, and he's basically utterly useless. He has nothing. No cool anything, no cool powers, no money, he can't understand the language, only, as far as reading it goes, he can speak it to other people just fine, but as far as reading goes, he can't do that. He's basically utterly useless. And in the beginning, he gets kicked around a whole lot, and in fact, kind of throughout the whole story, he basically kind of gets kicked around a whole lot, and he has to rely more on his wits than anything. Unlike Sword Art Online, where he basically was just like kind of, OP from the beginning, and things went pretty well for him. This is nothing like that. This is kind of like a mind games, basically. And if you've seen the anime, it gets a lot worse for the main characters in this story. It's not pretty. But anyways, this is book 1. There is 4 volumes out now. And I just want to do a review on book 1. So without further ado, let's get into it. So as I've said, the cover art is really nice. It's eye-catching, the colors, everything like that, really cool. It's by Tape Nagatsuki. Illustration by Shinichiro Otsuka, sorry. It has a few colored pages, as they often do in the very beginning. So this is what he basically comes into the world with. Nothing but a track suit and a bag of stuff that he was buying before he came in. First nice person he meets is this girl here. In the beginning, she introduces herself as Satella, which later we'll learn why she should not be called that. Don't want to give that away quite yet. That's kind of a fun little twist in a way. And it kind of leads into more of the story. So we've got her name as question marks. Main character here, our protagonist, is Subaru Natsuki. Just basically your average guy here. Nothing special. Her little spirit assistant is Puck, cat spirit. And we got some other characters here that you'll be introduced to throughout the story. And again, the artwork is fantastic in this. In the beginning here, the story is also great. It's kind of dragging on in the very beginning, up to about page 70 or so, but it drops you right into it, which is kind of cool. When you start here in the prologue, it drops you basically right into what's happening and what's going on here. chapter 1 is basically them meeting, and right up to almost page 70, it's just basically him trying to help this girl find her stolen badge. That we have no idea what it's used for yet, except for if you've seen the anime. Until about page 70, a little bit less than that, it's just basically them wandering around the city trying to locate where her badge might be. Once we get to page 70, we all know what happens. It catches up to the prologue here, and thus begins his really kind of tragic story of life and death and starting over all over again. His curse, his only power is basically just that, to kind of reload from a save point and start all over again and see what works this time. Now, if you can only imagine the kind of mind games that would play with somebody, imagine you make a friend or whatever, or you know, anything, and you die and you gotta start all over again, and now that person doesn't even know who you are and you gotta work all over again. So that's basically what he's gonna go through for quite a few times in this, in just the first book. If you've seen the anime, he dies like 3 times or twice against this unknown assassin. And he just basically has to keep kind of starting over and figure out like what happened. First, he doesn't even know what happened. No one knows who he is anymore. Everybody he's made friends with is no longer his friend. They just basically shoo him off again, and it's just, yeah, it's really crappy to be him, basically. But it's a really good book. I really like it. I know that once it picks up, especially in volume 2, once I begin reading that, I know from the anime that it's really gonna get going and really pick up, and it's really gonna screw with your mind, especially when you meet some of the later characters. If you haven't seen the anime and you just wanted to read the light novel, trust me, some of the later characters in there, there are some not so nice, savvy people. And this poor kid, he goes through a lot. So not friendly at all. And I did say not twice on purpose, just so you all know. But so let's get more in depth here. So that's the main plot, basically. Is he's just kind of needing to find a way around what killed him or what happened, and change the outcome of it. And sometimes he doesn't even get killed. He just screws up so badly that, you know, he might need to kill himself, or whatever. And yeah, character development, as I always go through. Book 1, obviously there's not much character development going on in book 1. All the characters have basically just been introduced, so the only character development there is you're learning about them, and you're learning who they are, and basically, you know, what their purpose is. Book 2 is always when you start to see maybe some changes in the character or whatever, and you'll certainly see some changes in him, as well as our heroine here. You'll see some big changes through them throughout the later books for sure, but book 1 is basically just your starting point, so character development is very minimal. It's just introductories. That's really all there is. Artwork, as I've said, the artwork is fantastic. I love the artwork. I mean, I'll show you a couple of the other volumes here. Just so you can get a feel. I mean, the artwork runs throughout all the volumes. So there's volume 4 here. And the artwork is great on this one as well. I have no complaints. So that's what you can look forward to for that. Anime comparison. Of course there's an anime, I've only mentioned it about 4 times, known by the same name. So if you have not seen that, it's 2 seasons long. I believe 24 episodes, and prepare for a ride. Your first couple episodes, well, actually, your first episode, you're just kind of like, oh man, another one of these. Transports to another world, gains cool whatever powers or whatever, and basically just runs the show. Yeah, not so much here. Here it's completely lopsided, and the world's basically against him. Nothing goes well for this kid except for meeting our heroine here. Would I recommend this book? As I always do. Of course I would recommend it. For people who like another world type of stories. For people who like kind of, I want to say romance, but it's not pure romance. He does try to, obviously, he likes this girl or whatever. So it's not pure romance. He is trying to win her heart, basically. But I would say, definitely Another Worlds. Maybe, no, not Slice of Life. Another World, and we'll just say romance. Okay, just make it easy. And finally, I always do the quick little thing. Ages 13 and up. It's basically, all it is gore and violence in it. If you're old enough to understand those concepts, then you're definitely old enough to read this book. Because really that's all it is. It's pretty graphic. He does describe certain incidents in it, just like in the anime. So, if you're old enough to understand those concepts and stuff, you're old enough for this book. And I really hope you pick it up, and I really hope you enjoy it. You can purchase it at Barnes & Nobles and any other bookstore that you can probably think of. Many bookstores have it. Anyways, with that said, I hope you guys enjoy this review. If you did, give it a thumbs up, or 2 thumbs up if you could. And leave a comment below if you have anything that you wish to add. And subscribe, of course. Anyways, with that, hope you all have a great day or night, and I will talk to you all later. Have a good one. Peace out.